name is Zezashetan, and this is Minecraft. Last week we built this monstrosity, connecting all of my farms to one storage system. I did, after I recorded, connected up the iron farm, and so everything is coming here, and instead of me have to go to the iron farm area. Got a lot of drops. I actually just one night of AFK. So like the let's see, gunpowder. It's extremely filled up, and things like that. String all the way up to there. So yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows on how many drops I can get in a 8-hour period just off of that farm itself. But today we're gonna add more farms to the equation. So I have some mining I need to do. I need a 4x4 section dug out underneath a 4 chunk by 4 chunk section where I'm going to put a whole bunch of farms. So that's what I'm going to start doing next. I also have a lot of research to do because I think some of my old farm designs I used to use are broken. So I know the potato and carrot ones, they have released those, which also reminds me I need to get one of my villagers over so I can start trading with him so I can buy some bells off of him. Yeah, so I have a lot to do in this episode, and so let's get started. So it literally did not take long for this to happen. Oh man. So the actual mob farm is overflowing. Not there, not there, not there. See, so arrows, bones, gunpowder. So yeah, all the common drops are basically filled up, which is nice. I mean, I don't have to worry about that. I haven't got a whole lot of redstone dust or glowstone dust. For some reason, they may have changed something because I think in my last season I got more witch drops from this farm. But it is a possibility that they changed something. I mean, I haven't paid that much attention to it, but um, it's it's still pretty nice to get it. Things like sticks. Well, the sticks are coming from both the fishing farm and from witch drops. But most of this stuff is just nice to have. Like sugar, I'm just I never really ever want to actually make sugar, so just having sugar over here for the farm is nice. I had to do some AFK sessions. Well, today I was running a game for the new Pathfinder Second Edition, so I had to study the scenario, so I wasn't doing anything today. But I mean, I have done some stuff, but I did get the non sortable filter up there. It's actually working pretty nice. It's it's nice because it's kind of my EXP farm. I'm not overly worried about other stuff, but it is my EXP farm. But now that I have some more picks fixed up from the fishing farm, I should be able to go do some more mining. So that's what I'm gonna go do. So I was finally able to finish this room. I did move my beacon up here just to get it out of the way for farms. Found my iron line, which is fine. The I can grass over this line, it's just fine. As long as I have 2 high down there, so I can walk through it, and just in case I have to fix something, it should be fine. But I think I'm gonna start farms off in this corner, just because I want I want a collection of villagers to be as far away as possible from other collection of villagers, and I have a collection of villagers over on that end of the spawn chunks, and I have a collection of villagers over on that end, which is my village breeder. Though I was watching a video last night of a YouTuber, and my village breeder may be broken. From what they said, I don't know for sure. I haven't been paying attention. I have some like 30 villagers over there, and I probably have about 50 villagers over there. So I'm not overly concerned right now, but once it comes to the time where I have to go check that out, I'm probably going to have to check to see if that's actually still working. But so I need several farms in this area. I need a wheat farm, carrot farm, and potato farm. I also need a melon and pumpkin farm, a sugarcane farm, and maybe a bamboo farm. Though this space is not built for a bamboo farm, it's more built for the other farms. But we'll see what happens once I actually get to that point. But the first thing I need to do is actually I, I need to get some bells. And if I just go off with the 3 crop farms, I'm going to need 12 bells. Now I can go around and scavenge villages for bells. I really prefer not to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is get a villager, and I'd have to look up again on which villager actually sells bells. But I'll create something. I can grab one of my villagers from the 30 over in that direction to to put somewhere so I can buy some bells. That's what I'm gonna do now. Be right back. 36 emeralds. 36, 36 emeralds for one bell. Man, if I actually had my village trading hall set up, I wouldn't mind that. It's okay. I don't have one set up. My village trading hall is basically right there with nothing set up. So I'm gonna go have to raid some villages, unfortunately. So I made a whole bunch of rockets, made copies of my maps. Hopefully, I don't die in the process. I did. When I was filling out these maps, I died a few times, so I added a data pack, which creates a grave. Unfortunately, with my game, because I just don't have the greatest computer, I will die to random just like lag when I'm flying. So especially when I'm flying over large areas. So I have the grave just so I don't lose a whole bunch of stuff. But I am off to to find some bells. Man, I need so many bells too. You know what? I've been to this village many times. I don't think I've ever actually paid attention to this, but actually, this actually looks pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Good job, Minecraft developers or artists or whoever decided to do this. So there were 14 villages within the large area that I have explored. So I got 14 bells. I did screenshot the locations so that I can go back later on when I can actually afford bells and replace them at all the locations. There was one village which is actually pretty close to me. It's my closest village, which is right over there. That I didn't. It had two, and so I only took one of them. Only because there's a good possibility that it might be loaded at times, and I don't want to. Well, I just don't want the villages to die. The rest of them aren't even close enough to me to ever be loaded unless I'm in those areas. So I was okay with taking their bells. So gonna go down, start planning out the farms, seeing how many farms I can pack in here. Now, for the potato and the carrot farm, I almost said corn, but the carrot farm, I do need bells. I don't necessarily think I need bells for the wheat or beetroot farm. I don't think that is required, just because the items are actually picked up through a hopper cart and not through the actual villagers throwing stuff. Because if they throw stuff, it's just going to be bread, and I don't want bread. Alright, time to start planning out. So I am running into a problem with math. So the previous farm that I used was a 20 by 27 by 27 because it was basically 9 farms stacked together, and and then with an outer wall it was 29 by 29, which easily fits into 2 chunks. This one though is not. It is. I'm using Ilmango's farm, and he said in the video it's about 40 by 40. Whoa, that was weird. It started flying on the ground. But yeah, he said it was a 40 by 40, and because I would need this farm, and this is 1400. I could easily split this in half and do half potatoes, half carrots. And that's not a problem. But then I have to set a farm right next to it. Though technically the farm that goes next to it, well, see, the problem is that they changed villagers, the villager distance that they farm. It used to be they could farm a 27 by 27 area. Relatively, there are some corners that they wouldn't be able to farm. Now they don't do that anymore. Now they do basically a 18 spot area with some corners cut off. Yeah, see, so definitely a problem with the math. I may have to dig this out a little bit more, just so I can stick 2 40 by 40s right next to each other. Luckily, the other 2 farms, Sugarcane Farm is literally, I think, 5 blocks wide, and about 27 long, so that's not a problem. The melon and pumpkin, that is I think about a 27 by 27. So I can dig these walls a little bit further. I gotta be a little bit careful here though, because what I want to do, I want to create a completely item sorting that goes out from all ends, but it actually moves a little bit over to the side to make room for enough room to walk through and feel comfortable, and to have sorters on both sides, which means that I don't have an endless amount of space down here. I have a limited amount of space because I can't go into this chunk right here, which I'm currently in. I have to stay out of this chunk, and then about 3 or 4 over. 4 would be the most comfortable, so I can give myself space behind the sorters to mill around. But they seriously made farms a lot bigger. Technically not bigger. I mean, I can do smaller cells. Just do 2 of them. I don't know. I might dig some more out and then determine it afterwards. But back to digging I go. So I've gotten this pod finished up. Everything is set in place except for the crops, and I think this one I'm just going to do carrots. It'd be a lot easier to get carrot farmers in here than try to get potatoes, is because before I can get them to plant potatoes, I have to get the carrots out of their inventory. And so after I got this one set up, it's kind of easy to map out the rest. And so just trying to do some ideas on how much space I actually have. And I have marked out here with the pillars. There's four pods of crops here. I don't want to stack them up. It's not really what I'm looking to do. But if I go with the 4 pods here, I do still have a lot of room for a melon and pumpkin and sugarcane. Sugarcane, like I said before, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It's basically 4 wide at the most and 27 long, whereas the melon pumpkin is a 27 by 30, I think, if you include the unloading system. So I should be fine, and it shouldn't interfere with what I'm going to be doing up here either. I did run into some issues though, because of the lighting above the drainage line. This right here, there's a light right above that, and it was melting the ice here. So I had to put some packed ice. Won't be a problem, even if there's no water here. It's still not spawnable just because of the fact that there is a light right above it. But I have to go plant some crops and then get some villagers. Luckily, Because it's all within the spawn chunks, I know exactly where everything is in the spawn chunks, including up on the surface, and I know exactly where this corner is up on the surface. So I should easily be able to figure out on where I need to bring them down from up above. But so I'm going to plant some crops and then get some villagers down here, and at least I'll have one of these going. So got a little bridge here so I could take the villagers down to the area. So now it's just a matter of hitting a button and getting a villager. Perfect. I'm gonna follow down behind them. And so I put this up here so that they don't hop out. Perfect. Alright, got him in there. That is fine, I hope. Alright, now it's time just to bring down the next one. So I didn't have the water going all the way down because it was kind of impractical for me, but I think I should be able to do this. Should pop a carrot up, that's fine. Do that, and then that should force him to plant that. Kind of funny, as soon as he went in there, he instantly started farming stuff. And the fourth one's in there, and he also just started to farm as soon as it got put in there. That is actually good. I think I'm gonna AFK. We'll go check. I did pull all of the carrots out of here when I was starting this farm itself, just to populate this. So I'm gonna go check to see if there's any carrots over there just from where we started, then go there. But I am gonna clean this up first because this is a little bit too much for me, too much of a mess. All right, be right back. Okay, like I said, that was stripped clean, and so I've already gotten nearly 3 stacks. It's only been about 15 minutes, so sure. Ah, man. So I'm gonna AFK. I'm gonna go do some things, and then we will check the rates on this to see how good it does. So I'll see you here in a little bit. Alright, so this is how I'm gonna just double check and make sure that he clears out his inventory of carrots. Just go around and just wait for him to plant carrots and go around and pick them up. And then once he stops planting, then I should be able to put potatoes in here. So I'll have to watch him for a little bit. And then I have to do that for each of these other pods. He just took some damage when he fell into that, so I think I'm going to make a splash potion. But he hasn't planted anything since I took away his carrots, so I think I should be safe to put some potatoes in there. And then if it comes along and I see just nothing but carrots in here someday, then I know I made a mistake. So there we have it, 2 farms. I did let these set overnight just to kind of just watch over them as I was AFKing. This guy right here doesn't seem to want to plant anything past this point. No, I'm pretty sure this is all still fresh crop, because last night when I got to this point I ran out of potatoes for that diamond and this diamond, and so I just kind of split the stacks in half, filled them in, and then went and AFK'd for the rest of the night. This one wasn't planted, that one was planted. So the farmer on this one is doing his job over there, but this guy kind of was being a little lazy. I did go grab some potatoes from the sorter and fill it in, but that may be something to watch at some other point. The carrots are doing fine. I actually have more carrots than I ever will need. We'll take you up to the sorter. That's what we're at, and keeping in mind that I just took 3 stacks of potatoes about an hour ago to plant the rest of the crops that are there. The carrots, though, which I finished yesterday, are all the way up to there by now. I think I'm going to end this here. There's been a lot going on in this video. 2 farms and a lot of digging. But if you have been watching, thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more, I am going to have a couple more farms coming here in the next video, because I am going to do the melon and pumpkin farm, and I'm also going to do a sugarcane farm. The sugarcane farm, I'm not going to use a no-tick farm. My system already has enough problems with lag without adding more lag to it, because though those type of farms are good on servers because they don't bog down servers, for actual personal machines, they are a lag machine. So I'm not going to use one of those, just going to use one of the old standard line and sticky piston farms. But yeah, so subscribe. You'll be able to see that when it comes out. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.